Hello, everyone. Welcome back again to We the Panel, a Terrace House Podcast, a podcast where we talk about the first series of Terrace House, Boys and Girls Next Door. Hey, my name is Jason, and I'd like to see you guys back again for this amazing, fun-filled episode. Oh my goodness. But before we talk, let me introduce the rest of the panel for you guys. We got a legit broadcast for today, folks. So first, to introduce the man in the most coziest of blankets, Tim, my guy. How are you feeling right now, and how are you doing?
Feeling pretty good, Jay. Feeling warm and cozy right now. My heat's out, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Times are rough then, but I hope you get warmer with that blanket.
Thank you.
I just love the look of like Tim back in his chair like this, and then he's like, "Well, Jay, I'm
Yeah, stay
Should I
cozy.
move the mic closer. You know what? I'll move the mic closer so I don't have to lean.
all right, yeah."
Oh, I didn't even know the mic was there. Wow. And of course, we have the lovable, the smooth, the one and only James, my guy. I can't believe what we just watched. But first of all, how are you feeling and how are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. Oh man, we had quite the experience watching this episode before we started recording. So it was, whoo, boy, here we go.
Yeah. All right. Let's start us off quick. But before we start this episode, Terrace House episode 28. Can't believe it's called He Is Back Again. Good thing I did not read that before we saw the episode.
my god, that's
Oh,
really what it's
triggered.
called.
Yeah.
Yep. Before we start, any announcements based on exactly before we get this ball rolling?
Yeah, of course. This is your reminder to let you know that We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast, can be found on all podcasting platforms. That
All
means
of
it's
them.
on Spotify, that means it's
Yeah.
on Apple Podcasts, Google
Damn.
Podcasts, all the different podcasts.
All of
All you gotta do is search up We the Panel, look for the logo with the brown background and the gray house, and hey, that's us. In
brown
addition to
house,
that-
gray background.
Yeah, in addition to that, we are on Instagram at We the Panel Pod, where I post some highlights of some of the episodes, as well as just little previews for what's coming up next. And yeah, that's if you want to know what's going on with us and when we are planning to do stuff, follow us there. And yeah, it should be fun. But let's get into episode 28 of Terrace House, Boys and Girls Next Door. So, what happened last episode? Not much, to be honest. We met Aya-chan, and I guess the big thing is the idea that Sena is going abroad. But speaking of
Yeah.
Sena, my goodness, this was
Mhm.
quite the. I feel like this is a big Sena episode. You know, like a lot of stuff pertaining to
Mhm.
her happened. And like
Mhm.
stuff happened with like other housemates, but like I felt like it wasn't as important as what is happening with Sena. You know, like we started out with her date with OG, in which it was her birthday. But guys, that date, like, oh my goodness, that was a train wreck? Question mark.
No.
Okay,
I don't
it
know
was-
if it's
but it was
a
also,
train
like,
wreck.
It was the most organized and adult-y train wreck that we kind of saw coming. You know, like, OG and Sena met at that little like bar, and they like, automatically started talking about like, do you really like me? And stuff like that. And yeah, guys, like, oh man, by the end of it, I felt so bad for OG. Like Jay, talk about the date more, man, because
Okay.
Jesus.
I don't think it's more of a train wreck. I think it was the most like, it is what it is. Cause like I am on the side with Sena. So basically what? Sena friend zoned OG in the end, right?
Yeah.
But it was valid points. Like, even though I am a fan of our sweet prince OG, her points was pretty solid. Do you really like me? Like, that's what Sena asked in OG. And OG, how he said it too was pretty like, okay, yeah, this is your moment to shine. Like, say what you feel. And he did, but he said it in the most like,
Aloof.
I like you.
Oh,
That's how I saw it, guys. And Cena said it after. You do? Because, like, I don't feel any passion about this. It was like a one-sided thing. And I agree with her. Like, did we call out like him like liking Cena at all? Even though there's probably things that happened after the show, they didn't film it. It didn't really show like that passion that Cena was talking about. Like, if you really like someone, it kind of shows, or there's a chemistry, and we don't really got that. The only like passion we got from OJ was like him saying, "Yeah, like I like you," but it was more like a shock factor. You know, like I was surprised, but oh my god, it was her birthday, and OG gave her a gift, and she left him with the bill. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's pretty rude, but whatever.
She just dipped so quick.
She dipped, and she didn't even keep the gift. She left the gift that OG was like, you know, supposed to give her.
Maybe
I was just like,
yeah.
I don't even think he even gave it to her. Like, I feel like, you know,
it was just left under the table.
Yeah, it was probably under the table, and she left before he could even present it. Like,
but like she must have saw the gift in his hands. Where was he hiding it?
no, but
like,
he was already there by the time she showed up.
yeah. Oh, that's true. It was a quick in and out. They had like maybe in an app, right? Maybe in an app, and Cena's probably like, "I'll just have an app." It's like, "Oh, you sure?" That's OG. Like, "Are you sure? Maybe you could want to order more."
Red flag.
Like,
red flag.
Anyways, OG.
Yeah, maybe like I mean, maybe like in Sena's opinion, passion is, you know, moving to California and not calling you back. So
no, we're gonna.
I'm starting early. Oh my god!
Because that is. I don't. As much as I love that transition, there's so much to this.
There's a lot
that I want to get into. Like,
yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like, so when Sena's like, "Hey, like, do you really like me?" Like, OG's like, "Okay, what does it mean to like someone?" Right? And then Sena's like, liking someone is when you do things so you can get noticed and putting yourself out on the line. Like, is that really? I don't know. I could be wrong in my, or I just have a different like perspective on that, I guess. But like, I don't think like she's right in like some points that she made, but also like I don't think it's like just that, especially when you're just talking about like liking someone, or like in Seina's case, I guess you could say like showing interest, I guess. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you agree with her way of saying it, or like do you have another way? Like, I don't really know.
No, I agree with what you're saying. Like, I guess in her way to see someone of interest, because that's how she would probably like reciprocate. You know, if she's interested in someone, she would do that kind of action. So it's like a two-way street for her. And maybe that's the only way she understands like of interest, like how to give that out. But yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't seen the guy like do anything like that. It was just more like, I like you. Let's go out. And like, he's pretty persistent about it. It's like, so there's that other guy that you were talking about. Are you going to go out with him? Oh, I don't know. It don't matter to me. Right? Like, so I get in her perspective, but like, I get what I agree with you too, James. Like, you could see showing interest in different other ways. Like, you know, those like, what is it? The languages of love, right? Like, there's like 5 of them or something. But yeah, like the man, at least he swung and he missed, but like he had chances to like rebound, but he was like pretty adamant. He had a case, and he's just like, okay.
Yeah. It was kind of strange about how quick he was to be like, well, it is what it is, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Tim, questions, comments, like.
I think OG handled it well. I think OG is probably the type to like, I don't know, like, I think OG is more calculated. I'd say he's more like methodical with his thinking. So it's like, okay, well, like, if you're not gonna like me back, there's nothing I can do to make you like me back. Like, you know, it's like I feel like maybe he's had like conversations like this before, which is why he handled it the way he did. But I think Sena is more of a traditional romantic. I think she likes big gestures. I think she likes somebody to be like, oh no, I will fight tooth and nail for you, even though you don't like me back. I mean, look at the whole scene in the airport. That's like straight out of a rom-com movie right there. Like, so I don't think she got like that fire, I guess, that vibe. I don't know. But at the same time, I think she had to also deal with what she was going through right there, which was she was left with a relationship that was like left open-ended. She had someone she really liked and like asked to wait for her and didn't even bother to like call her overseas. So like, what do you do then? You say you're going to wait for someone that doesn't call you back? That's heavy shit to deal with.
Yeah.
How long was that since airport episode?
I think it's been 2 months. He spent like 2 months in Calgary.
2 months.
Yeah,
2 months.
He just left right after or before Christmas? Before Christmas.
It
was after New Year's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
January to like 2 months.
But I think another thing about with the Sena, like we're seeing such growth from her because she literally just like informally announced that she's leaving Terrace House in that same time, right?
Oh, that's true.
So maybe that's a lot to deal with OG. Maybe he's just the type of guy that analyzes like, oh, okay, maybe there's, you know, that's how he thinks it through. But the guy was okay with having unrequited love.
Yeah. He was literally like, hey, you don't even have to do anything. Just as long as I know that you're accepting my my love, that's it for me.
It's all about simping, boys. It's all about. When did that phrase get coined? I mean, clearly it was happening before.
Like Twitch, bro. Like Twitch.
Bro, if Sena was a Twitch streamer, yo, OG would be like
a tier 3 sub.
Yeah, he'd be a tier 3 sub.
Yeah. Totally.
He would give the most gift subs per stream and like wow.
Yeah.
But speaking of dates, this episode did have 2 dates in it.
Yeah.
They had Hana and Daiki. You know, into which Daiki was like, hey, I have another match, but hey, a little plot twist, Hana's not gonna be there for the most important part of his match, which is the weight loss, because she said she's like going abroad or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's like, that was not as big as the whole Sena situation, but like it was a nice little thing to learn. You know, we have another thing to look forward to with Daiki, you know, has another fight, which should be exciting. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think it was that important because, as I said, like, big Sena episode. But I gotta throw out the other content there. You know, we can't just talk about one person on this show. There are 6 people living in this house. So
Hana's leaving before. She said May. She's going abroad in May.
Yeah.
So she's leaving before May. She's leaving the house, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like she can go on tour and then.
Well, no, she's not. No, I think she
right?
like it's more of like just like a vacation type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you do that in Terrace House and like just dip?
Yeah. They
like
could,
a month and come back.
Dip.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's for a month though.
I think
she said it's for like Golden Week, and I don't really know what Golden Week is, but I'm assuming it's just a week. So
okay. Yeah. Golden Week. Yeah. Oh man. Okay.
She'll be gone for like 2 episodes, I guess. So yeah.
Do you think the show is building it up like, oh, is this a make it or break it moment for that couple? Because what we learned was that was their legit first date as an actual couple. And I was like, oh, it's cute. But like how they're acting, they're like, so you won't be able to be with me while I'm at my... Well, no, she said she'll be at the match. Right,
but
or like
she'll be there to like help him lose his weight.
Yeah, so like you think they're trying to build up like, ooh, is this the first real test of their relationship?
Honestly,
Baby
don't
food.
think-
They'll pass.
Yeah.
Easy test.
I
Easy.
don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, like it's like I don't think Daiki wasn't shaving her for not being there or anything.
Like he
Yeah.
seems like the type of guy to call. So
Oh my god.
I think I think they're good.
We're really just we're building up to we're building up to this. We have words about what
Mhm.
we're hinting at, but I'm just trying to like go through the works before we get there.
Yeah, we gotta ruffle the memos before we get to the bulk.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish Cheska was here. Oh.
Yeah, Cheska, you missed out, man. You missed
Yeah.
out. But okay, just one last episode point before we get into that big stuff. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Dutty House.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
We had
Oh, that was
we had
pretty
ourselves
gross.
a Dutty House. I think it was Aya was like brushing her teeth, and we just saw like hair in the drain. We saw a dirty shower, and she's just like, "Hey guys, like," she was really like speaking some facts about the whole state of the house, and she basically said that like since the house was given to them, like they should be cleaning it just like out of respect for this house, because this like it's not like it's like she said if this was your own house you would be cleaning it, right? But this house is given to you, so you shouldn't be treating it like poop, you know?
Yeah.
So we had a nice cleaning montage, and yeah, it was cool. But like, how did they not notice this before? You know, like if I saw a bunch of hair draining my clog, and if I had like a pond made after I showered, like
You mean clogging your drain?
yeah, that's
Draining your
definitely what I. Yep.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, how do they not notice that? You know?
It's your day to day, man. Like it's one of those things, And like with 6 people, I mean, like I'm sure, like I'm not condoning it by any means, but I'm bad with that. Like my bathroom's always a mess, but like that's just because it's my personal bathroom and only I use it, right? So it's like let that be. My room's a mess, but like common areas I like to keep clean. Kitchen I always like to keep clean. Like I mean, if you look at the kitchen, it looks way cleaner. It's like I don't know, maybe because no one films in the bathroom. Maybe that's why it's just messy like that.
Yeah. Do you think like, because they talked about how like their cleaning rules in the house, into which it's like if you see it, you do it. Like, do you think they should have just like implemented an actual like cleaning schedule? Because they said like their last big clean was like 3 months ago, which is already like what?
That was
So, like-
Shota. That was
Yeah,
like
that's Shota era.
yeah.
Shota area.
Yeah, like I feel like they definitely could have like benefited from an actual cleaning schedule, you know?
I think they should, especially with that many bodies. And like because you have that whole see it, clean it mentality, like you can always just turn a blind eye with the whole thing of, oh, someone will do it.
Yeah,
Right?
it would be like I cannot see.
Exactly. So it's, yeah.
Maybe that's just how they live. That's just, they're okay with the mess, and it took someone from the outside, like Aya, be like, "Y'all live like this? This is disgusting." And like, she laid the line out, even when she was saying it to them, like, "This house is not what I expected it to be."
Yeah.
And she laid the line. Like, I think maybe they're just okay with living like that, and due to the fact that it is free, they don't have certain responsibilities to really take care of a house. I think unless just don't burn it down or don't damage it. But like in terms of cleaning, maybe they're okay with this, like the mess of it. And like, no one wants to be that person in the house. Hey, you gotta go clean. Maybe no one has stepped that up. Or maybe if anything, they just use the place to sleep and like they do their daily stuff, right? Like they're too busy to think about that. Like it's not their priority. That's what it is, right? And I was just like, yeah, if that's how you guys like. It feels like it gave Aya a bad impression of everyone in the house.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you guys are okay living like this? I've only been here for 4 days, and then like this is disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. She was even like, hey, like if this is how the house looks like it makes you question, like, are you guys okay? Like, is there something wrong?
That was a bar, yeah. Like maybe that's why Hana was so sick in the past season.
It wasn't because of Nike. It was because of the house.
Yeah, it's like I can't believe I have to clean later, or something like that.
Also weird because didn't Hana say that she's kind of like a clean freak, like when she first showed up?
She seems like she's a clean freak, or like she likes to be very clean, and like I think that's what Hana said.
How times have changed.
Yeah, how times have changed.
Okay, well, enough of that stuff. Let's get into the big beef here.
Yes.
Masato's back, folks. The way this guy showed up, he had like a new housemate type of intro. Didn't he? Like walking up the street, like it's like
bro.
Hate him.
Okay. I'd like to add, you know how I asked before, like when he first left, oh, so like you get to keep the key to the house, right? And I think I remember asking, do you change the locks? Because like he has a key to the house, like he just come in and not answered my question right away. They don't change the locks. The man used his old key. He didn't even knock. The man did not even
He's like,
call anyone and said, I'll be there maybe in a few, just letting you know. He goes in, uses his old key, opens the goddamn house like he lives there. And he says, and I was like, Daiki and Taechan in the kitchen. And I know he just said, what's up? Like, you know, like in a cool way. But how he said it was like, what's up, losers? I'm back. Like, son of a gun.
No, you do not get to do that. He's so much wrong with that guy. I do not
like how
him.
Dare you? Like Taechan was like, even before, it's like, oh, Makun's back in the area. I was like, oh, interesting.
Did Seina
Next
know?
scene.
Did Seina know he was back?
Nah, of course
So
not.
he just showed up, and then Taechan went to go tell Seina, hey, he's here.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Like,
didn't you saw like her reaction, like when she showed up, she's like, oh, hey. And then they did like their dap up. And as she went to sit down, she was like, oh, wow. Okay. Like,
What a surprise.
Oh, God. This
oh,
guy.
and to top it off,
Yeah.
he comes back. He's like, hey, yo, so like, Taechan, could I borrow the car? Like, oh, you.
So this guy has like, he does not care at all. Like, he is so just in his head. He's just like, hey man, I'll show up. Boom, unlock the door. I'm in. Sup, losers? Can I take your car? I'm taking your car. Like, are you even insured? Are you insured under this car? Like, for legal reasons.
I can't. He's Seina said it best. He's self-centered. He's such a little. I can't say that.
Nah, say it. I'll bleep it out.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's such a like. I don't know. He's a prick. I don't like him.
Oh,
It's just
like,
the vibe,
I was expecting something else.
Oh, okay. Wait, can I say prick? Is
I was
like,
gonna bleep
what?
it out, buddy. Oh,
Okay.
but not that you can say. I was expecting you to be like, oh, he's a little boy. But
He is a. He is hands down like who doesn't call for 2 months? You. Oh, okay. So bleep that out. Bleep that out. Like.
I feel you, man. He doesn't call and just comes into someone's home and be like, "What's up, loser?" By the way, I like watching you're the new guy, right? Yeah, I've been watching.
God.
I've been watching. Yeah, you know, it's emotional. I've been there, you know. Sup, loser, Taechan. By the way, can I borrow your car? Oh, where's Seina? She here? Is she here?
Imagine if she wasn't
let me ruin
there.
your plans really quick. Oh, is she here? Yeah. Oh, you're going to the city? Nah, you're coming with me. Like, that's
Should have
literally what
slapped
happened.
him. Should have slapped him.
Oh my God.
I would have loved to see her slap him.
even before. Okay, I don't want like I know we're gonna talk about Sena and that whole thing, but even like how he just like I want to talk more about this guy. The guy introduces himself like, yeah, I've been in the show, yeah. So like, what's your plans? Like, Daikie's like, so what are you doing? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay here for today. I'm gonna go to Bali in like 10 days. Then I'm gonna be back here. Like, oh, like you're gonna stay in Japan? Yeah, I'm staying in Japan. I'm like, this guy's such a prick. Like,
oh my god,
how dare you?
yeah. It's like, oh, you're staying in Japan now? I guess things didn't work out in California, huh? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's just his whole aura just off to me. Like, Taechan found out that he was in Japan by his Twitter, like just from like a picture on Twitter. He didn't hit up Sena, who was the girl he told her to wait, or he told her to wait for him. He didn't hit up Taechan, who was probably the closest thing to a friend that he had in Terrace House. He didn't hit up no one. So I'm just like, bro, like, who are you? Like, he makes himself look. He tries to make himself look like he's so nice. Like,
he's not. He really isn't.
Like, realistically, guys. Like,
he banged in California. Guaranteed he banged in California.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I doubt it. I don't think so. I think you're putting his like. I don't think he's that cool either. He tries to put like the bravado that he's cool. Like you saw his Twitter, like even Taechan and Daikie's like, wow, look at his pictures. It's like a model or a shoot. Always looks like the model. I'm like, nah, man, that's insecureness oozing out. The man didn't pull in thing. You know how much surfers are there in California?
I'm saying he
makes him so special,
or at least like he tried, because like there's no way you would like leave something with like an amazing girl like Sena open-ended and not call. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's a reason as to why he didn't call. And I think he was trying to pull in California, like get some of that exotic Cali girl action before coming back to Japan.
I don't know, Tim. I think he's just an idiot.
What other reason is there not to call? Like,
okay.
I think he's just a dum-dum. He left something good. He didn't realize it. If anything, we'll find out. We'll talk about it later too. But I think we have a vibe on why he didn't call. Right?
No. We're gonna talk about this now.
Oh, let's go!
Okay.
Let's go!
So Sena and Masato, right? They go out in an FJ Cruiser that he stole from Taechan.
Yep.
So they're hanging out at like a beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Sena was straight up like, hey, like, I denied this other guy because I've been waiting for you. But you haven't hit me up.
You haven't even called.
You haven't even called me. Like, what? You called me once. In the 2 months that you were gone, you called me once. And that's it. And she's like, hey, like, this relationship has been so one-sided. And she straight up told him, like, hey, you've been super selfish, right? And so she's like, hey, okay, so just pick something, because I'm out of here in an episode, 2 episodes. I'm out of here. So I need to know, do you like me more or do you like surfing more? And Masato's like, hey, it's obvious.
Oh my god, I will punch you.
And then the episode ends. Like,
oh my god, I hate him.
The way he said it, it was like, I'm not gonna make that decision because you already know. I'm like, why don't you just be a man and take the responsibility and accountability and just say whatever you feel like. It's okay, dude. Show what you're saying and like live up to your decision. Because right now he's like, it's obvious. Can't you see?
It's so
like, what?
It's just so like, oh, like I'm not even surprised that Masato said that, like, because it's straight up like he's done so much in this episode to piss me off. That
my God.
he capped it. He capped it with that last one. Not just like, okay, man. All right. Like, lots of pent up rage.
Like,
Cheska, where are you?
The fact that oh, sorry, go ahead.
if she was here, she'd be like, one, called it, two, like,
Oh, she would definitely say that.
oh yeah, right, yeah, she called it, and it's just like she would have just tore him apart, like, damn it, yeah, sorry, go.
The fact that Sena declined, like, friend zoned a part of it, we were right. Sena declined or friend zoned OG because of Masato.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. Oh, this dude. I can't. The audacity of going at this. Sorry, I'm still going from the back of him just coming in like. Oh, this house is cleaner now. This house is cleaner. You guys been cleaning? Like, shut up, dude. Oh my god. I can't. No. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Question. Okay. Now, hypothetically, if Masato was not a thing in Seina's life, right? If he didn't say to wait for him, right? So he basically like cut that relationship off and left to California. And if OG asked her out on a date and was able to give her his present, which in my eyes is doing something to get you noticed, which is, I guess, Seina's love language. Would things pan out differently?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hands down. Yeah. It's because there's a certain intensity with the relationship between Sena and Makun, right? Like, that there's certain, like, a sort of investment that's already there. Because, like, you know, they dated and all of that. And there's, like, a passion. I mean, from Sena, at least. Masato, off. Like,
I'm bleeping out a lot of stuff this episode.
Okay. So, like, OG needed to match that. He needed to call or raise, but he folded. But, you know, if he was the only one, like, I guess there's nothing to, like, match. There's no intensity that OG needed to come off right off the bat. Because basically, because of Masato's, like, the precedents that he set, OG has to now be like, oh, I'm serious, like, chips all in, let's go, let's make this, like, let's do something happen. He couldn't have been himself, and which is, I guess, kind of like aloof, to see where, like, oh no, yeah, let's date, like, you know, I like you, but you don't like me right now, but, like, let's see where it goes. That's kind of like the vibe I got from OG, right? Is kind of like step by step. We'll see how, like, we don't need a hard commit to anything. But yeah, from the precedents Masato set, OG, like, didn't stand a chance, which would mean that I think, like, it would have been totally flipped if there was if no one else was there. I think OG would have had more of a shot. I think Sena would have been more open-minded to, I guess, like, seeing where things went.
Basically, OG was already going into a losing battle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he didn't push uphill. He didn't.
Yeah, he offered what cards he had, which is like, this is me, and I'm actually okay with, like, you know, yeah, you're right, Tim. Let's see how this turns out. Like, I know you don't have any feelings with me right now, Sena, but, like, I do with you. But, like, maybe we could go somewhere with this. But Sena's already hard-edged to be like, I got a man I'm waiting for. He can call me anytime, and I'm sorry. Let's just be friends. Psych. Nah, he's not calling back. But, like, yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, like, that's true. Like, I feel like if all of that happened, like, hypothetically, then I don't know if OG would have, like, stood a chance, like, in that particular moment, like, at that date. However, I feel like Sena would have been more open-minded to at least trying it out. Because I remember on their date, they talked about, like, or OG was like, hey, like, would you date someone even if you were still, like, unsure? Which is basically him being like, hey, like, would you still be down? Like, I know you're not interested in me, but would you still be down to try? And Sena really just kind of cut that off. But I guess like if he asked that question in the hypothetical situation, then yeah, Sena would be like, yeah, like I'd be willing to like give it a shot at least, you know, give it the old college try or whatever they say. Like, but it's Masato.
I think it's definitely Masato for one, but also I think it's also the timeline. She's leaving. And then so like I guess there's not enough time left for her in the house to develop something with OG. Which is why I guess she couldn't do that, like, oh, let's see where it goes, because like I'm going. Right. So I think those two were definitely a nail in the coffin for any chances for OG.
The panelists said it right. Like Sena was more excited to tell OG like, hey, I'm leaving. And she's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving. And I'm really happy for Sena because it's like this Masato thing must have probably like brought her like probably a main reason why she stayed, because she did want to wait. So without the Masato thing, I think she would have left like earlier, because she would have probably focused on her career. But now, like, she is like steering her direction, and like I'm so glad to see it, because it's like she's saying the facts to Masato, like, why don't you call me? I'm so selfish. And like, I'm leaving. Like, this is what it is. I'm gonna focus on my career. I'm like, oh boy, growth, Sena. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Yeah.
I guess you could say, like, at the end of the day, like, Sena is the adult in this situation, and Masato really just was not. He didn't do like the grown-up thing, and he didn't hit her up at all. So sucks for him. So what do you guys think is gonna happen next episode? Because we didn't hear Masato's actual answer.
It's because it's obvious.
This guy's so much, bro. Like,
isn't it Sena? Isn't it obvious? I borrowed Taechan's car here. Sorry. So he borrowed someone's car? How did he get there?
Yeah, he doesn't have the Toyota Sienna anymore.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he took the bus. Like, then he's like acting all cool. Like, yeah, by the way.
It's all the fronts.
What an ass.
So what's gonna happen? Okay, so let's say if he does say surfing, which I think we're all in agreement that he will say.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
I think Sena's like, thank you for your answer. Be gone. Let me. By the way, can you? I hope she's like, I'm gonna borrow Taechan's car, or like, you can walk or something like that. But I doubt it. That's too much. I think they're just gonna be like, yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for the answer.
Like, I think he's gonna say it's you. It's obviously you, and then she's gonna be like, "What do you mean? It's obviously me? You haven't done shit for this relationship." And then like, and then he'll be like, "Oh well, like I was trying to focus on my career and talking to you while being so far away, and the pain is too much." And like, I can see him trying to spin some bullshit. He seems the type.
But Tim, Cena's like, "Didn't you think about it? Did you think about it when I was in California?" I'm like, and did he say like I would or I should? Like, yeah, of course I did. I was like, okay then. Clearly you didn't think about it enough because you didn't call her back.
What an asswipe.
Oh,
I hate him so much.
What do you think is gonna happen, James? Like,
honestly, like, okay. If Masato says surfing, then what's gonna happen is they're gonna drive back home, and at the front door, they're gonna have their last goodbye, into which they play, you know, the slow version of "We're Never Getting Back Together," and they probably like hug or something, and then that's it, right? Good ending. That's the good ending of this story.
Mm-hmm.
The bad ending is if he says you. Or not you, but if he says like Sena, and then that's when Sena just like goes off even more, and then she just goes off. I guess they drive home again, and at the front door she's like, "Get the hell away from me," or something like that. I don't know, something dramatic.
I want to see it.
You know?
I so want to see it.
Like, there's not like Terrace House isn't super dramatic, but Sena is. So I don't know. That's the bad ending for me. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna work out between Masato and Sena because, yeah, I don't think she can forgive him for something like that, man. Like, it's just get this guy out of here. I'm done with him. It's been 3 seasons. I'm done with this guy. Like,
yeah, I'm done. I'm so done. I don't even remember how this became a thing, Sena and Masato. I'm just trying to remember, like, did this toxicity begin with toxicity and just adding more toxicity to this relationship or whatever you call it that they have? It's just like, oh my God, they're doubling down. Like, oh my God. It's good content. We're talking about it. I've never been fired up in a while for like an episode. Especially,
I know.
like, it's not everyone, but like fired up. But like I've never like not hated because that's a strong word. I've never disliked a character this much in Terrace House, at least for this season, because like the actions speak louder for words. Oh my gosh,
He's the worst.
well,
yeah, he's the worst. Yeah, he's the worst. I just remember, what's your top Masato moment before he left? Like, oh yeah, the way he like played off, like, oh yeah, we kissed.
and in his head, he's like, guys, we kissed.
Yeah, like, why you gotta act so coy about it? Like, yo, chill. Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah. Well, as you guys can tell, we are heated. This has become We the Panel Unfiltered. But we're heated. But before we go off the rails more than we already are off the rails, are there any last comments? Any last comments before we end off the episode?
Nothing good to say, so I won't say anything.
Trying to think. I've said it enough, but I'm just like, I can't believe Terrace House. You gotta change your locks, man. You gotta get these type of people. They need to stay out. If they decide that they want to leave, they gotta leave. Like this guy, you put money in the budget to film this guy, and he came back, and oh my God, I can't believe he's back.
I think
Good TV. Yeah.
I think okay. Well, aside from whatever's going to happen with Sena and what's his face, I think Daiki and Hana are leaving the house next. I think they're going to stay for maybe like 5-6 more episodes. I think 10 at the most, but like I think their time is coming around. They're getting the relationship to get started, and then I think Daiki wants to focus on his next title match with. I think he said he was with a new company, Glory.
Yeah, but this next fight isn't a title bout. It's just just one that he's associated with Glory for.
Right. Okay. So I think he's gonna try and focus on that, and might leave the house. I think Hannah's getting there. Sena's leaving in like the next 2 or 3 episodes. I think. Anya, what's her name again? Anya.
Aya.
I think is gonna fall for OG.
Ooh.
Because I think out of everybody in the house, I think he's like the cleanest, like the more clear cut, like keeps everything orderly, like, you know, pill bottles here, tablets here, all organized, Mr. Pharmaceutical. Like, yeah, I think I see that happening more than Aya and Taechan. I don't know what Taechan's doing right now, but okay. Yeah,
you can sit at the side. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, scratch my first answer. I think what's gonna happen next, because Tim has something really setting, like I do believe. I think based on how the show is now, because now they've like, okay, they put some time, some like show time with like the whole Masato situation. I think that whole situation of Daiki and Hana, that is causing a ruffle in the relationship, because it is a concern that this was their first date, and they've been together for a while, right? Like at least for a good amount of time, unless they've been very busy. But that's the first time they ever had a date, so maybe like there is something there. Like there is some like, you know, uncertainty, and that whole May 3rd, I can't be with you, that might cause a ruffle. So I think something's gonna happen with that. How about you, James? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I guess the week before his fight will be a big week for Daiki, and I guess a big week for us because we get to find out what Daiki does. Because like the more you guys talk about it, the more I'm like, Daiki's been sus before. Will he be sus again? I don't know.
Fair point. I didn't think about it that way.
I don't know, but we will get to that when it happens, I guess. So that is it for this episode of We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast. But before we go, of course, we do have plugs. Before I get to that, though, I do want to remind you guys that We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast is on all podcasting platforms. That means it's on Spotify, where you can follow us. It's on Apple Podcasts, where you can give us 5 stars. It's on Google Podcasts. I don't really know Google Podcasts that well, but you could do whatever you want with that. And, wherever else, you could find all of those links on our anchor.fm/we-the-panel. On top of that, we are on Instagram at We the Panel Pod, into which you can watch highlights. You can stay up to date with what we're doing. And it'll be a really fun time. On top of that, we do have our personal plugs. So, starting with our resident Tim in his comfy blanket. Buddy, where can we see you on the internet?
You guys can find me down below in the comments, in the description. In the description, you're going to find my personal Insta, Timbit1997, and also my YouTube video down in the link in the comments below. Description below. Find me there.
Jay, our silver-haired fox. Where can we find you on the internet?
Sorry, I'd like to add that, you know how in the beginning of the podcast, Tim was like, oh, it's cold. It got heated, and look how warm he is right now.
His blanket has become a shawl.
You're not wrong there.
It got heated, guys. But anyways, you can find me at Twitch, twitch.tv/forjiggles, where I'm going to start playing scary games just because, I don't know, I like scary games. Come join the fun. But great episode, guys. James, how can we find you?
Oh man, before I get into that, I noticed that we're all wearing some sort of gray. That was not planned. That's just the broadcast way. That's how we work. That's how
first broadcast of 2021.
It'd be like that.
It really do be like that. But yeah, you can find my Instagram down in the description below. And of course, if you like my voice, I guess you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which will also be down below. These other 2 guys are pretty prominent on my channel, actually, so you'll see them a lot. You'll see them a decent amount. But yeah, you can follow us there. This has been James, Jay, and Tim. And before we go, just remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, because I forgot to say that in our plugs.
Oh, yeah.
Helps out.
Yeah, that has been us from We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Sleep warmly.
It's obvious.
It's obvious, guys. It's obvious.